Hey everyone, this is Kurt from Team The Smart Players, and we have uh, a leaked ban list that we have the V-jump scans down here to more or less confirm this ban list legitimately. Um, so we can't say with certainty that's 100% genuine, but it seems pretty legit. Some big name people like Pharaoh Tem, who I believe is an administrator over on Duelist Grounds, and Snake, who have been very reliable sources of information, have staked their reputation on this. So let's proceed like it is the ban list, and I'll go over it and give you guys my reaction. So first off, with the newly forbidden, we have Burner, Dragon Ruler of Sparks, Lightning, Dragon Ruler of Drafts, Recton, I almost said Power Ranger, Dragon Ruler of Pebbles, and Stream, Dragon Ruler of Droplets. So all the baby dragons are now forbidden. So this right here, just these four, effectively kill Dragon Rulers as a deck. So that pretty much guarantees that Dragon Rulers won't be played next format, like at all. And the last newly forbidden card is Spellbook of Judgment. So that takes the teeth right out of Prophecy. I don't know if any of you remember Prophecy before Judgment came out, but it wasn't anything special. So that's good. That pretty much that guarantees the meta is changing up. And you might think this is a little extreme for Konami, and it kind of is, but first off, this is an extreme card, Spellbook of Judgment. That card is stupid, should never have been creative. I don't know what the R&D team was thinking when they made Spellbook of Judgment. And the Baby Dragons, E-Dragons are just an extreme deck. They're easily the most dominant deck since Teledad. And, extreme actions have to be taken when a deck is just that meta-defining. So banning these guys makes sense. I'll get over why this list makes sense from a business perspective for Konami and why I think it's legitimate. And if it isn't, I'm not saying 100% it's legitimate, but it seems like that. So newly limited Brotherhood of Fire Fist Rooster. Now Rooster just came out, so this one seems a little strange to me. 3-Axis never really had a chance to do anything over here in America, and the TCG, which isn't just an American. I'll try not to be Eurocentric. But, yeah, Rooster's limited, along with Gen X Ally Birdman. Now, I'm thinking this is an OCG hit, because I'm not exactly sure what Birdman is in that's topping. I'm sure you guys can inform me. Mermail Bistius, this is a Mermail hit. I was thinking Dragoons were going to be hit, but they're choosing to hit Abistius, which makes sense. It reduces the consistency of the rank 7 plays, which is a good thing. Wind Up Shark is now limited, and I don't want to skip down, but you can see down here the newly unlimited. Wind Up Magician is now unlimited. So Shark and Magician switch places. I'm not really sure how that's going to affect windups in general, or people that use a wind-up engine, like I use a wind-up engine in my ZW weapons deck. This is interesting. I'm interested to see how this plays out. But I can see why they do this. I mean, Shark was more spammable than Magician, because Magician can only be used once while it's up on the field. But if you go Shark Magician, you can have a whole bunch of monsters down the mirror. And this is the big new card that has come back to us that everyone's all up in arms about. This card jumped in price like 4,000%, or 400. It went from $4 to $40 in like a day. And that's Trishula, Dragon on the Ice Barrier. Yes, Trishula apparently is coming back. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I mean, it definitely strengthens Mermails, gives them another weapon to go to. I think it can come back. It's a powerful card, but I don't think it's broken. I'm interested to see how it impacts the meta. I hope it gets a reprint, though, if they're bringing it back, because shit's expensive. Number 11, Big Eye, newly limited. I think this is good. I think Big Eye being limited is a good thing for the game, because let's face it, it's a ridiculous card, and I know there aren't a whole lot of decks with Dragon Rulers being kiboshed that can make him easily, but it's still just reassuring. Anyone who plays Gores can technically make this card with Gores in the token. And it's reassuring. Damn plane ruining my video. It's reassuring to know that there's only one big eye in your opponent's extra decks. Divine Wind of Miss Valley. This is a card that I really don't know much about. I apologize. Probably should have researched it a little bit more beforehand, but that's also getting a limit. Super Rejuve getting a limit that just seems redundant with the banning of all the baby dragons. But Super Rejuve limiting does hurt like Dragon Exodia, which is not really a deck that is by any means meta defining, but it is a degenerative deck, and they're just trying to beat the dead horse of Dragon Rulers here with this list. And Abyss Sphere is another Mermail fit. Gotta say hit. It's another Mermail hit to round out the limited. New semi-limited Gladiator Beast Bestiary. GBs are back, son. GBs are back. Bestiary back at 2. Good thing for GBs. I really like Gladiator Beast. I don't play it, but it's a fun deck, and I'm glad to see them get Bestiary back because let's face it, they are not really quick enough to be meta defining, and they should at least have their Bestiary back. Gores is now semi-limited. This is something I'm really excited about. I'm really excited to get into deck building and see how I'm going to work that second Gores into some of my decks. It's really exciting. I know a lot of people are going to kind of roll their eyes about Gores being back at 2, and I agree. Gores is an extremely powerful card, and it does make rank 7s a little easier if you have 2 ways to get them with Gores in its token. But I think Gores at 2 is a good thing. It prevents OTKs, because now there's a greater probability that your opponent has Gores. And I think less OTKs are good for the game, even though I love OTKing my opponent. I think it's a little degenerate for the game. Neospatian Grand Mole is now back at 2. I do not really like Neospatian Grand Mole, because it's the most annoying card on the face of the planet. But really, again, not really too meta-defining. Gives you an out to broken cards like Trishula. Although, as soon as Trishula is summoned, the damage is done. So, Grand Mole doesn't really help with that at all. But I think this is just more XYZ hate, the Pedal Synchros. I'll get back into my reasoning for this later. And Black Whirlwind is back, which is nice for Blackwing players. They're slowly getting more and more of their toys back. They're getting stronger each format. I think this might be the format where they break through and we might see a YCS top with them. I'm not guaranteeing a YCS win, but certainly like maybe a top 8 we'll see with Blackwings now that they're getting more and more of their toys back. And newly unlimited, Tsukiyomi is finally unlimited because why was this card too good? I mean, it came back at 1. It was forbidden. It came back at 1 and it did nothing, and then they upped it to 2 and it did nothing. And at 3, it's also going to do a whole lot of nothing. And Tsukiyomi's a good card, but definitely not warranting being on the ban list in any capacity. Wind Up Magician, like I said, is unlimited again. Advanced Ritual Art. This is an interesting card to have on the list because I had forgotten about this card. Certainly didn't deserve to be. I think it was limited before this. It certainly didn't deserve that. There aren't really any ritual-based decks around. I mean, Gishkis are the only archetype that I can think of that use Advanced Ritual Art, and I did see an interesting deck that used Dark Master Zork and a bunch of 1-star high defense normal monsters to combo with Exod, or not Exod, Exodius, and that was interesting. Helps that deck, I guess. And E-Emergency Call is finally unlimited. I really want to play Heroes, and having 3 E-Call is just the more incentive to do it. And Pod Duality. Now I have to pick up another Pod Duality. And the price on this is probably going to go up, so I should probably do it quickly. If this is, in fact, a legitimate ban list. Pod Duality at 3 is just good. It'll up consistency of a lot of decks. Ooh, low battery. Better wrap things up. It'll up the consistency of a lot of decks and really just make for make a more level playing ground, I feel. And Scapegoat going back to 3. Don't really care. Don't think it's going to see much for me. Mirror Force back to free. That's something I thought could happen, and I'm kind of glad to see it. So quickly, before my computer dies on me, let's go over why I think this list is probable. It kills Dragon Rulers and Spellbooks, cards that Konami's already made their money off decks and off. And the next best decks are Fire Fist and Mermails. Now, what two cards do Fire Fist and Mermails play? Title and Blaster. What two cards are in the new collector's tins? Title and Blaster. Well, and the limiting of Rooster hurts 3-axis Fire Fist and makes 4-axis Fire Fist more appealing. What's also in the tins? Bear. Konami, this list really promotes Konami's business endeavors. Giving Trishula back will make more people want to play Mermails, and Title Mermails are the best, and you do run Blaster and Fire Fist. So this list, just from a business perspective, seems entirely possible, and I would say fairly probable. And if these V-Jump leaks are true, then this will be our next format. And I have to say I'm excited. I think free duality gives a lot of decks a chance to compete in this format. And I'm just glad to see Spellbooks and Dragon Rulers gone. So that's my take on all this. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.